Hello and welcome to Full Sim Broadcast Network. Here with the Southern Excitement Racing League, presented by Sim Racer Hub at Darlington Raceway in Darlington, South Carolina. Tonight, joining me up in the booth is Justin. How you doing tonight, Justin?
Doing pretty good there, Jacob. Hope you are.
Oh, I'm doing fantastic for a nice Saturday night. Getting to see some trucks run around here at this famous, slightly larger than 1 mile track here in South Carolina. Get to see some nice looking throwback schemes. I think they're aiming for the 90s and 2000s, early 2000s that is, here on these trucks. What do you say we go look at the race info for tonight, presented by Sim Racer Hub? They're at Darlington Raceway tonight. The track length is 1.31 miles. The ambient temperature is 77 degrees and the track temperature is 88 on the track surface. 56% humidity and partly cloudy with 2-mile-an-hour winds. Looks like they're going to be running 110 laps tonight, and at lap 50 they're going to be calling their stage in and award some stage points out to the top 10, and that's at the end of lap 50. They got one fast repair, which they may use fairly quickly, wouldn't you think, Justin?
Yeah, this track is really tight, especially in the turns. It's hard for trucks or drivers to go too wide entering the turns, so they'll have to be really careful.
Absolutely, and hopefully try not to get that Darlington stripe, but I imagine all these trucks are going to have it by the night's end. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, you want to keep it clean here, and it's going to be a tough task for all these drivers.
Yeah, and they also have a 65% fuel load, which I'm expecting roughly to be about 40 to 45 laps of green flag running on a tank of fuel, depending on how hard some of these guys run. Now, they do have 4 sets of tires tonight, which that first set is the set they qualify on. How hard do you think this track is going to be on tires, Justin?
Oh, they're going to be sliding around in the corners early, but it's going to tighten up a lot later in the runs. You're going to see the tire wear probably equal out to about the gas. They're not going to make it to lap 50, so you'll see some pit stops maybe earlier than expected.
Yeah, and one thing that goes along with that, not being able to make it the first 50 laps, is pit road entry here is really tough. It's kind of blind coming out of turn 3 there, and it's way down the track, and feels like an eternity that you have to turn left to get down to it, but it comes up really quick.
Yeah, this race can be won or lost on your pit road entrance or exit. Like, you want to keep the same speed as these other drivers going down pit road, and you don't want to lose any time down there. So it's going to be a real key factor.
Yeah, and also tonight, the question everyone is asking is, can Justin Michael make it 3 wins in a row here in Darlington tonight?
Yeah, it's going to be exciting to see. Right now, he's fastest in practice, so let's tune in for qualifying here.
Absolutely, and that was your pre-race rundown here, presented by Sim Racer Hub for the Southern Excitement Racing League Truck Series. As we're going now to qualifying, see Nick Kulikowski out on the track. And that Dale Jarrett throwback paint scheme there with the UPS. We see Kulikowski take his green flag lap. Running it off into turn 1 and kind of dipping up high a little bit up there. Gonna diamond the corner.
Yeah, that turn 1's really the trickiest part of this track, I think.
Yeah, it's very deceiving. It seems like you can almost run it wide open, but then the truck washes up to the wall, and it kind of makes you panic a little bit because you think you're about to slap it as Kulikowski comes across the line for his first lap. It's going to be a 30-27.
Yeah, I kind of worry about that during the race if you do get trucks side by side entering that turn one. If someone does end up washing up into someone else.
You see, Cogswell came across the line with a 29.54. Let's see if Kulikowski can answer that right back here as he comes out of Ford across the line. He does better that lap, but he's still 0.3 slower. We see now Jonathan Cogswell.
A handful of trucks on the track.
Cogswell coming across the line for his second lap. Not going to better that first lap time. So look at Josh Anderson as he comes across the line. And that Richard Petty throwback. He's going to go up to second spot with a 29.73. Right now, Cogswell sitting on pole with that blistering lap of a 29.54. And for those of you tuning in tonight, you're watching Full Sim Broadcast Network presenting the Southern Excitement Racing League at Darlington, presented by Sim Racer Hub. If you have any questions or comments under caution, I'll try to get to them.
Got Kelly Poynor in the 75, his first start of the league tonight.
Looks like his first lap is a 30.13. Go over to Matt Crockett, coming around on his second lap. Turns 3 and 4 there, right up against that wall. And bring that 5 machine across the line. Let's see if he betters it. He will not better his second lap. That's going to still leave Jonathan Cogswell on the pole. You see George Jewell coming down the back stretch. Looks like he's going to shut it down. He's done. We see Tyler Humphrey sitting at the end of pit road, waiting to go out and take his lap.
Nick Cogswell right now with a 2/10 advantage on everyone else behind him.
Absolutely. As we see Christopher Howell jumping his truck, going out to take his qualifying laps. And what looks to be a Terry Labonte throwback on that truck.
Yeah, that's a cool looking truck right there.
That is. Swapped out that mustard yellow that Terry Labonte ran for black, and it makes it look really sharp on there. As we see Howell take his green flag. I believe there's some guys that are waiting on pit road for maybe some clouds to come over the track, or the track temp to drop a degree or two to get a little bit extra grip. We see Howell working through turns 3 and 4 on his first lap here. Feel like he got a little loose on corner exit out of 4.
Solid.
Oh, his first lap is going to set him P1 with a 29.48.
See if he can push a little bit harder here and beat that time. Looks like he's going to back it down and go with what he's got.
Absolutely. As we see Dakota Camper now coming out onto the track in that 3 machine with that throwback to Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s silver car.
It looks like lap 1 has been predominantly the fastest right now for these drivers.
Yeah, and that's following that trend we've seen all season where the first lap is the fastest for everybody. Normally the second lap is a little bit slower.
It's really smooth there in 3 and 4 by Camper. Let's see if he can unseat Howell for the pole.
First lap, it's going to set him P3 with a 29.59. Looks like he's going to keep it going for a second lap here. Really good exit off of 2 right there. Carrying a load of momentum down the backstretch off into 3, and he's going to ride that wall through turns 3 and 4 and break it down low out of 4. Second lap in the books. That is going to put him P1 with a 29.44, setting that 3 machine on the pole.
Don't look well. You got Justin Michael on the track.
Like Justin Michael. Gunning. Going to take his lap at it's going to set him P4 with a 29.54.3. Michael's first lap. And set him 15th with a 38.67. Makes you wonder if he used that first lap to warm them tires up. Huge run out of turn 2.
He's looking extremely fast right now. Good 3 and 4 right here. He should have.
Fletcher up to P2 with a 29.48. Here comes Michael across the line on his second lap. He won a 29.36. Holy cow. You see Moniak here, Matthew Moniak, a little bit of damage on that left rear. Matter of fact, on that whole left side of that truck. Makes you wonder if he had to have gotten loose possibly and come down to that inside wall. That or looped it around and backed it up into the outside wall.
Yeah, he's got a lot of damage there.
We see James McCanny out here on the track. Coming through turns 3 and 4. Really close to that wall.
Only about 2 more drivers here after McCanny.
We see that 15 diving it off into 3. Holding a good steady line through 3 and 4.
Tyler Humphrey there up to P5 with a 29.510.
McCanny comes across the line P18. Looks like he's going to shut it down right there. Still have two trucks left to qualify. The 48 of Grant Humphrey and the 98 of Kevin Franks. See Grant Humphrey sitting on pit road.
He's waiting for that cloud.
He is.
I think we've actually ran out of time here. So we only have 10 seconds left.
Looks like Grant Humphrey and Kevin Franks are not going to get to turn a single lap here in qualifying as the checkered flag flies. All right. So as the field goes to grid here, let's show you the official grid here presented by Sim Racer Hub. In pole, you got Justin Michael in that 87 machine looking to get 3 wins in a row here tonight at Darlington. Outside front row, you got Dakota Camper there in second. Third, you got William Fletcher. Fourth, Christopher Howell. And fifth, Tyler Humphrey.
Sixth, Dustin Matson, followed by Jonathan Cogswell in 7th. Jamie Dunning in 8th. Josh Anderson 9th. Rounding out your top 10 with George Jewell.
In 11th, we got Nick Kulikowski, and in 12th, Jake Eaton. Joe Nelson coming in 13th. 14th, Matt Crockett. And in 15th, we got Kelly Poynor.
16th, Joey Nelson. 17th, Matthew Moniak. 18th, James McCanny. 19th, Kevin Franks.
And in 20th, rounding out the field, is the 48 of Grant Humphrey. And you see in 20th there, it's actually showing Joey Doucette in that 100. but that number is actually indicating he is race control, so he is not racing tonight. And that is your official starting order presented by Sim Racer Hub. For all your league and statistical needs for iRacing, go to www.simracerhub.com. All right, Justin, what are you expecting to see here in the opening laps of this race tonight?
I'm expecting the start of it to be probably a little chaotic till these drivers really find their line racing around other trucks, as they haven't been really in practice. It was kind of spread out. But after that, it should spread out a little bit. They should be okay.
Yeah, once they get single file and get themselves sorted out, I agree with you. It should be pretty well by the book at that point. It's just getting there to trying to get sorted out and not be too wide going off into turn 3. And yeah, it's going to make for an eventful night. Because if you notice that striped yellow or that striped white line down there on the bottom, just below that 87 that we see, that is not. That's indicating where the flat part of the track starts, and that's not necessarily the apron.
Yeah, you don't want to really put your wheels below that line, honestly.
But we may see some drivers, as tires wear out, start to stick that left front down there and try to get them trucks to rotate through the corners. As the lights are out on the pace truck, indicating we are going green this time by. Just waiting for that pace truck to make that hard left turn. There it goes. Now we are waiting on the green flag. Bunch of beautiful looking trucks out here tonight. Nice throwbacks. Green flag is out, and we are racing in Darlington in the Southern Excitement Racing League. As Justin Michael gets a great start there and able to clear Dakota Camper in that 3 machine going off into turn 1.
There's 3 wide back here almost.
We see our first 2 wide encounter here going into turn 3. These drivers doing a fantastic job getting through there.
As we already see about the whole field single filed out.
Absolutely.
That quick, 2 laps.
We'll check back on our leaders here as they come around on lap 2 to complete it. Justin Michael is your leader right now. Looking strong in that Bobby Labonte throwback.
Some Bobby and Terry fans out here. Battle back here for 10th. 7 just lets him on by, Josh Anderson.
These guys playing it really safe out here so far tonight. Making sure they don't tear their equipment up early.
Yeah, right here's where you just gotta pick off little by little.
7 of Josh Anderson getting a little tight and loose. At the same time, they're coming off of turn 2.
Yeah, he's been battling that truck for the last few laps here as Jake Eaton really wants to get by him because he sees him sliding around like that.
Yeah, the 7 of Anderson almost hit the wall right there.
I think in order to really get a pass, you got to pull up to the back bumper of that truck in the corner and then make your pass as you're exiting the corner on the straightaway.
Yeah. Oh, as we have a truck in the wall, the 23 of Joey Nelson hard into that wall. Get a closer look. Yeah, the whole right side of that truck is flat. Oh my gosh. Tough start to a long race here tonight.
Looks like he's got our first stripe of the race.
I would say that's a little more than a stripe, Justin. That's that truck is flat.
A little bit more aerodynamic now.
You see the field pretty well spread out already. Justin Michael with a almost 8/10 of a second lead over Dakota Camper in that 3 machine.
It's spread out big time. It's all the way back to 5th, 5 seconds from your leader.
We have a battle for 17th here between the 23 of Joey Nelson and the 1 of Matthew Moniak.
Yeah, I gotta imagine that 23 truck's really, really tight right now with all that right side damage.
Yeah, that's what it appeared like. It looked like he was having to put a lot of wheel into it, and then it tried spinning out, getting a little loose on corner exit because so much wheel input is in it. What do you say we ride along with Mr. Joey Nelson for a lap or so? Yeah, you can see that truck is severely tight.
Really fighting to turn it. I bet if he pancaked the other side, it might help it. Oh, as I say that, he's in the wall again.
So we're going to see Moniak come around on the outside of Joey Nelson there. That truck, that 23 machine is so tight right now, especially after that damage on that right side. You can see how much wheel from this visor cam, how much wheel he's putting in it.
Yeah, he might be better off to come down pit road and here in about 10 laps or so. Not further damage that truck anymore.
As we're looking at Tyler Humphrey now with a little bit of right side damage himself. Did he get in the wall too? Looks like it. Now that's a Darlington stripe on the right side of that truck. A little bit of fender damage, but nothing too egregious that the truck won't handle so badly afterwards. Tyler Humphrey running in that 4th spot. Christopher Howell running in the 9th spot in that 18 machine, coming up on the 07 of George Jewell. He's fallen back 5 spots since the beginning of this race. Makes you wonder if he's trying to save some tires possibly.
Yeah, he could be looking for that late run or maybe short pit some drivers here at the stage. Be a strategy plan towards the stage win.
That's a high possibility. Get that good late run to try to make some passes. We've seen pull up on the back bumper of Jewell. Go check back in with our 2nd place runner right now. That 3 machine of Dakota Camper. Having a good showing out tonight so far. 15 laps into a run. Looks like Nick Kulikowski having an issue. Don't see any damage on that 26 truck. Possibly got loose a little bit. He does have a little bit of damage, but nothing too major. It's mainly just on that right front fender, a little bit of a Darlington stripe. Another victim of the lady in black here.
Yeah, that's something we're going to see all night. Battle with the wall.
Yeah, this is one track. You don't race the other drivers. You race the lady in black herself. And she can reach out and get you anytime she wants. And there's something you have to watch out for around here.
Grant Humphrey with a huge run here. Josh Anderson. Gonna grab Joe Nelson.
Grant Humphrey running that Jimmy Johnson throwback when Jimmy saluted the other two 7-time champions.
Grant is up 7 spots, so he's been moving in that number 48.
Yes, he has. He himself has a little bit of a Darlington stripe. Looks like he's been up there once very lightly. Oh, as we see him get into it a little bit harder right there. Whole right side of that truck is now flat.
Joe Nelson really got out of there.
Looks like Joe Nelson got into the wall really hard. Whole right side of his truck is flattened also. Oh, as we have I hear a lot of banging around going up ahead of him, sounds like. Looks like Josh Anderson in the 7 is flattened right side of his truck recently.
Yeah, I wouldn't say you've raced Darlington if you don't have a stripe.
Absolutely. Some of these guys that were taking the Darlington stripe to a whole new level, though, with the whole right side of their truck being flattened and most of the paint rubbed off.
They could be having a contest.
That's a possibility. We see the 07 here of George Jewell. A clean looking truck. Flirting with that outside wall there in 3 and 4. Oh, as he hits the wall.
Was in it again.
Oh, wow. Slammed the wall out of turn 2 right there.
I feel like as soon as we talk about when they hit the wall, something's not right now.
Call it the broadcaster's curse or something, but these guys are not having any luck with these walls. That's a little more than a Darlington stripe on his truck.
Humphrey back here still trying to make his way around Josh Anderson. He's kind of got to that spot right there, and he hasn't made much ground since.
As he looks to the inside right there, he's going to think better of it.
I think that damage might be hindering him just a little bit now. He's got a huge
there
run
he
there to
is.
make a crossover. That's what I'm talking about. We're going to see that all night.
As we see James McCanney coming onto pit road. '15 truck. Looks like he's gotten in the wall a little bit also. Possibly trying to break this stage up in halfway marks.
And Grant Humphrey's getting a little impatient back here now. He's right on that bumper of the 7.
We see Jake Eaton going around the 07 of George Jewell. Oh, as we hear someone else hard into the wall.
That was Josh Anderson back here battling with Grant Humphrey.
These trucks are getting used up right now. Oh! You see Grant Humphrey give the bumper to the 7.
It's nerve-wracking to Josh because he's got a truck right in his mirror. And every lap, you got that truck right there in your mirror. So there's no room for error, or that guy's going right by you.
Oh, as we see Humphrey.
There's the error.
Put the bump and run pretty aggressively to the 7 of Josh Anderson.
There's probably going to be some words exchanged for that encounter.
You know for the rest of the night that the 7 of Anderson is not going to be given any friendly room to the 48 of Grant Humphrey after that little exchange on corner entry. So check back in with our race leader, the 87 of Justin Michael, stretching it out to a 2.5 second lead with a very clean truck. You know, he's hoping right now the broadcaster curse isn't real.
Yeah, he's fortunate enough that everyone else behind him is getting the stripes on their trucks. Michael's doing a great job right now as he's approaching a couple lap trucks. You see Anderson way off the pace there on the bottom.
That truck doesn't sound very healthy as it went by.
Kind of difficult here for Michael around these lap trucks. It might allow Dakota Camper to close in some time a little bit.
Yeah, as Michael has stretched it out to a 3.2 second lead over Camper.
See how patient Michael is with him.
Trying to find him a hole to be able to fit through. Gonna get a good run on the backstretch here.
Pontiac pulls down and allows Michael to roll right on through.
Oh, he sets his eyes on the 76 of Joe Nelson.
Ooh, washed up just a tad there. Still gets a huge run off the corner.
Joe Nelson gonna pull down and allow Michael to get on by and clear himself into turn 1. Go check in with our second place runner, Dakota Camper. Yet another clean looking truck in the field. 3.4 seconds behind Michael. See Matt Crockett on pit road. Possibly we're seeing the start of some green flag stops here.
Good. Crockett, Nelson, Anderson all made a pit stop so far.
We're looking at the 6 of Dustin Matson running third here. Top 3 trucks look really clean. Little to no mistakes on their part as we see the 29 of Jake Eaton coming down pit road.
So we'll get a good look here of how long these trucks can stretch it down on fuel.
Absolutely. You see the 5 of Matt Crockett coming off pit road in front of the 18 of Howell.
So what the drivers that are staying out right now are doing is making sure they have fresher tires towards the end of the cycles.
As we see what fresh tires allows you to do, as we see Matt Crockett getting by the 18 of Christopher Howell. That was not for position. We see Jonathan Cogswell coming up the 18 of Howell. Following him is the 54 of Jamie Dunning.
Oh, Joe Nelson real slow here in front of these guys. It's going to choke him up a little bit. So he should be able to make the pass on the straightaway here.
Gonna tighten up this battle. This is a battle for fifth we're watching here.
Joe's gonna pull down and take a pit stop there. Grab him Reese's fast break.
As we see the time delta here between Christopher Howell and Jonathan Cogswell.
Looks like your leader's hit pit road, Justin Michael.
Gonna cycle Dakota Camper as your leader here. With Dustin Matson hot on his heels.
I think some of these drivers here that did pit before Michael may have a shot at winning this stage, so we'll have to see here.
As we see Dakota Camper coming in for his green flag stop, but he missed the commitment cone.
Oh,
Major mistake on the part of the three. Had to keep it going.
It cost a lot of time right there.
That will cost him at least the second, third, possibly the fourth position by the time this cycle's out.
Now Campers, looks like he's got to check up even more there because Pontiac was to the inside. He couldn't get to pit road.
That goes to show what we talked about in the pre-race with how difficult it is to get down on this pit road under green flag conditions.
Just basic.
Just comes right up on you. As we see Matson, Camper, and Fletcher on pit road.
Yeah, basically the whole top 10 now is hit pit road.
Oh, is the 6 of... Is Dustin Matson out of fuel?
Oh, no.
Really slow out here on pit road.
Not sure where he qualified. I think 6th, so his pit box is towards the end of pit road. This is going to be really costly for the 6 of Dustin Matson.
Oh, no. This looks like that's going to... Yeah, the 6 is out of fuel, and it doesn't look like he's going to be able to make it.
He's almost there. He's almost there. He's losing a ton of time.
You see that purple pit sign up ahead with the big 6 on it. Justin Michael has cycled back out as your leader now.
No, he's still got a ways to go. That's the race right there for Dustin Matson, probably.
He will make it to his pit box, looks like, but what a disappointing blow to his race tonight.
Dakota Camper exits pit road there. Let's see where he winds up after he missed the commitment cone. How much time it cost him.
As we see Kevin Franks coming on the pit road out of the second spot for his green flag stop. As we see Dakota Camper here after that costly pit road commitment violation, had to stay out on the track for one more lap after slowing down that much. It looks like it's going to cycle him around to 8th.
Yeah,
So,
showed him.
Yeah, lost about 25 seconds.
Yeah, that is not good for him. He's got to be fuming right now in that truck.
And he is the last truck on the lead lap now because of that because of that mistake.
How did Michael get a 20-second lead? Did he take no tires?
That is a good question.
He only had a 3-second lead.
Let's take a look and see what his Oh, as we have a truck hard into the wall. The one of Pontiac, slow, very slow off the pace there. As we go back to Justin Michael here, let's take a look and see what his pit stop time was. We had a 15-second stop. Let's take a look at the pit lane time versus everyone else. It looks correct, like he took 4 tires and fuel. He spent 52.1 seconds from pit entry to pit exit on pit road, compared to Cogswell 53.3. Dakota Camper with a 1 minute and 3 second pit road time. I know what it is. It's because Dakota Camper had that pit road mistake on pit entry. Camper was the only one that was close enough to Michael. Everyone else was already pretty far back. And with Michael's pace, that allowed him to get the lead that he has now with Camper having those troubles. As we see Dakota Camper here right in front of the 98 of Kevin Franks. Kevin Frank's about to go another lap down, which is going to set the crosshairs on Camper's back bumper to go 1 lap down.
Yeah, I don't see it being too easy for Michael getting past that 3 right now. He's got the laps counting down here, about 3.5 laps to go here in the stage.
Justin Michael making it look like another dominating performance here tonight in Darlington as he completes lap 47, leaving 2 laps remaining here, or 3 laps remaining in the stage.
Yeah, I don't see anyone catching this 87 truck unless there's a yellow flag or incident involving the 87 truck.
And speaking of yellow flag, you know the 3 of Dakota Camper is hoping for a yellow flag right now, just so he can get that mistake to go away and try to hit the reset button on it. Riding along with your leader right now, Justin Michael, as he looks to put Dakota Camper in that 3 machine a lap down, as we have the white flag for the stage. The caution will not come out for stage end.
You got Kelly Poynor in his first start there in 12th. Solid run here tonight. Get some stage points.
Justin Michael comes out of turn 4. Yet another stage win for him. And it looks like your top 10 for this stage, given that they crossed the line in this same order, will be Justin Michael, your stage winner, in 2nd, Jonathan Cogswell, Kelly Poynor in 3rd. In 4th, we got Christopher Howell. 5th, Jamie Dunning. 6th, Tyler Humphrey. 7th, Dakota Camper. 8th, William Fletcher and Jake Eaton in 9th. And rounding out your stage point winners is Matt Crockett in 10th. What do you say? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, we're still short of halfway here, just a little bit. And, you know, there's still a lot of time left, so this driver's going to have that pedal down and going to be chasing Michael.
But what do you say we do a run down through the field as they are right now? Right now, your race leaders, Justin Michael, after picking up yet another stage win here in the Southern Excitement Racing League, putting on another dominating performance looking for his 3rd win in a row. Having a little bit of technical difficulties with my overlay.
Pretty big battle right now between the lap cars in front of the leader. Sorry there for the technical difficulty, folks.
We are still fighting through this technical difficulty with our overlay here. Getting it lined out.
Jamie Dunning just scraped the wall a little bit there in front of Justin Michael. He's going to go a lap down.
All right. Believe we have our overlay working again. Sorry about that, folks. All right, so let's do our rundown through the field. We've already spoke about Justin Michael putting on another dominating performance here tonight. Oh, it sounds like we have struck hard into the wall. Looks like the 6, possibly of Dustin Matson. All right, and in second, we have Jonathan Cogswell putting on a good run here tonight. There in that 27 truck. In third, we have the 75 of Kelly Poynor. Believe that is his first start. Am I correct, Justin?
Yes, sir, by the looks of it.
Sitting in fourth, we have Dakota Camper. With his troubles on entering pit road. Worked his way up a little bit. And in fifth, we got Christopher Howell putting on a pretty good show, still having a clean truck here. Sixth, we got Tyler Humphrey in that 94. Seventh, we got Jamie Dunning. Got a little bit of a Darlington stripe on his truck. Nothing that shouldn't be hurting that truck's handling hardly. Eighth, we got William Fletcher in that 28 machine. Ninth, we got Jake Eaton. Some hard hits on the right side of that truck. Makes you wonder how that truck's handling for him with that much damage, especially on the right front fender. In 10th, we got the 48 of Grant Humphrey. 11th, we got the 07 of George Jewell. Got a Darlington stripe on the right side of that truck. 12th, we got Matt Crockett, who's on pit road now. 13th, we got the 98 of Kevin Franks. 14th is the 7 of Josh Anderson after having some trouble here with the outside retaining wall and a little bit of a run-in with the 48 of Humphrey. 15th, we got Dustin Matson, who was running pretty good early in the run of this race, but it looks like he's had some issues that have rooted him on back in the field a little bit. 16th, we got Joey Nelson in that 23 truck. 17th, we got Nick Kulikowski. 18th is Joe Nelson in that 76. Matthew Moniak at 19th. James McCanney rounding out the field in 20th. Oh, as we check back in with the 87 of Justin Michael, getting a Darlington stripe right there. Riding the wall a little bit. Justin Michael has a 25.2 second lead over the field right now.
I don't think that's going to hurt him too much. Before this thing's over, he's probably going to have the whole field of that down.
Yeah, he's definitely working on it. That truck is bad fast right now. As we see some more drivers coming down pit road. Got the 07 of George Jewell coming to get service on that 07 machine. It really makes you wonder if Justin Michael was able to get that good of a pit stop under green and come out with a 20-second lead. Makes you wonder what he might be able to do under a second green flag stop, which may be coming up here shortly.
Yeah, I'd say here in the next, maybe 8 laps or so, you're going to see the majority of these trucks come down pit road again. We'll see if Michael can build on that lead. He's already up to a 25.3 second lead right now.
Let's look at some timing delta here. Compare his laps to Jonathan Cogswell. Cogswell's been fast the last 2 laps. Faster than Justin Michael. Let's see what this last lap shows for him.
Everyone's really hoping for a caution right now. They're so spread out. You're not going to see one unless it's just a truck that kind of has their own little incident and then washes back up the track, maybe.
Absolutely. Yeah, this track is not very forgiving for cautions for single truck incidents because the apron is so big here. But right now we have 7 trucks on the lead lap. We got 3 trucks that are 1 lap down. That's the 28 of Fletcher, the 48 of Grant Humphrey, and the 29 of Eaton. We have 3 trucks that are 2 laps down. The 98 of Franks, the 7 of Anderson, and the 6 of Matson. 2 trucks 3 laps down as we see Jake Eaton coming on the pit road for his scheduled stop. The 2 trucks that are 3 laps down are the 5 of Crockett and the 07 of Jewell. As we see Jamie Dunning making a pass on Tyler Humphrey for that 7th spot. For that 6th spot. Then we got 2 trucks 4 laps down, the 23 of Joey Nelson and the 26 of Nick Kulikowski. And then we have 3 trucks that are out of the race right now due to damage. Joe Nelson in the 76, Matthew Moniak in the 1, and James McCanney in the 15 are all out. We see the 18 of Christopher Howell right on the back bumper of Dakota Camper trying to take that 4th spot away from Camper.
It's crazy. These guys are all fighting for position right here in front of Michael.
Tyler Humphrey has the crosshairs set on him to go 1 lap down.
I think this is the point in the run. If you were to see a caution, it would be right about now with the tire wear and people really getting a lot closer to each other now and a lot more lap cars.
Absolutely. And for those of you that are just now tuning in, you're watching Full Sim Broadcast Network with the Southern Excitement Racing League at Darlington Raceway, watching their truck series here, and it's presented by Sim Racer Hub. For all your league points and statistical needs, go to www.simracerhub.com. As we see Jonathan Cogswell coming down pit road for his scheduled green flag stop, barely able to make the commitment cone.
It's like Justin Michael in as well.
And Josh Anderson. I will be curious to see how many spots Michael loses during this green flag stop. Let's keep an eye on that 87 machine.
Dakota Camper hitting pit road as well. Virtually every spot Michael is going to lose here, he'll make it back up once they cycle through. I mean, with a 25-second lead.
Absolutely.
Unless he does have an issue on pit road, there's always that chance.
It looked like Justin Michael was actually able to come on and off pit road fairly easy. Kind of out for a Sunday drive. Doesn't have much to lose lead-wise, as we see the 18 of Christopher Howell peeling off onto the apron where it's real slick way down there.
Turn her down in.
He's going to make the commitment cone, so he will get pit road entry right there. Going to put Justin Michael already up to the 2nd spot, as Hal Fletcher and Tyler Humphrey are on pit road, along with Nick Kulikowski, and that's going to cycle Justin Michael back to your lead. See what kind of lead he's able to pull out of this. We'll know once we see Christopher Howell come out of pit road. Looks like it's going to be like he gained about another 1.5 to 2 seconds almost on that green flag cycle of stops, as he comes around and completes lap 77, working on lap 78. He should be good to the finish. Oh, as he gets loose right there on the high side of Kevin Franks.
Yeah, just another dominating performance here from Justin and Michael.
Absolutely, yeah, another clinic being put on. As we see the 26 of Nick Kulikowski pull way down low to let the leader, Justin Michael, go by. Not going to hold him up any. That's going to leave 4 trucks on the lead lap. The next truck is the 75 of Kelly Poynor, who is directly right in front of Justin Michael, doing everything he can to stay on the lead lap.
Well, I think I got my championship pick.
Yeah, Justin Michael definitely showing his strength right here, as we see Justin Michael going to the low side. Going to be putting Kelly Poynor 1 lap down here as they enter turn 1. now Justin Michael going to set his sights on the 3 of Dakota Camper. Let's see where Dakota Camper is on the track. Comparing to the 87 of Justin Michael. There you see that bright green machine come into frame. There's one truck separating the two of them. That's going to be the 48 of Grant Humphrey. Was not expecting this kind of storyline coming out of Darlington. Looks like the entire field is going to go one lap down by the end of this race, barring that nothing extravagant happening to the 87 machine.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever witnessed anything like this before.
Absolutely strong-arming the competition. That was an interesting deal right there, as the 48's going to pull way down out of the way. That's going to have Matt Crockett right there in the 87's view. Going to make quick work of the 5 of Crockett. The 27 of Cogswell and the 3 of Camper really working hard, trying to separate themselves from the 87. But the 87's gotten around all the lap cars that they tried putting in between them, and now he has set his sights on them two, as they are duking it out for position right there. Camper saying, "Nuh-uh, I'm not going to go a lap down just yet." Putting Cogswell in the rearview mirror there.
Yeah, it's got to be real frustrating for all of these other drivers besides Justin Michael right now. They're getting completely dominated, and they need a yellow, but they don't want to make one with themselves or each other, because there's really one man to beat right now.
Yeah. As you see the 87 machine of Justin Michael approaching the back bumper of Cogswell. We're looking off the back bumper of Cogswell at the bright green machine of Justin Michael. See the kind of difference that, oh my gosh, Michael is able to get into the corner way harder than the 27.
Yeah, he's just been able to really put that truck anywhere he wants to on the track.
You see Kevin Franks and the 07 of George Jewell right there on the low side, letting these guys go by. Justin Michael in his own zip code in this race. I don't think I've ever seen this kind of dominating performance. You'd have to look back to the 60s and 70s in real NASCAR racing to see this kind of dominating performance by lapping the whole field.
Yeah, it's like he practiced 1,000 laps and everyone else practiced 10.
Yeah, it's almost as if he has 50 more horsepower than the rest of the field.
So we've got about 21, 22 laps here. About 20 laps to go here in a little bit. Everyone should be good to go to the end.
Oh, as Cogswell checks up quite a bit, that's going to put him a lap down as Michael's able to get around him. Now Justin Michael has his sights set on the 3 of Dakota Camper, who is the last truck on the lead lap, who is in second place. Justin Michael looking to do something that is very rarely ever seen in racing. lapping the entire field.
Yeah, I think he's on a mission right now for a personal achievement for like 500 plus XP or something.
Complete dominating performance. Really putting it into perspective how much he has his foot on the necks of the rest of the field here in the Southern Excitement Racing League in this truck series. Just absolutely going out and destroying them 3 weeks in a row now.
How bad do you think Dakota Camper wants to stay in front of him right here?
I would say very badly. I don't think he's going to give it up.
Just to be the only guy to do it.
That would be an achievement in itself here tonight in Darlington. Being able to say, hey, I finished on the lead lap. But the 87 of Michael is just really laying down these laps here. Last 2 laps, Michael has been half a second and a little over a tenth faster. Hey, how much faster this last lap that Michael was. Almost dead even that last lap. $16 laps to go in tonight's race, presented by Sim Racer Hub.
Just in a truck there, it looked like exiting pit road. 5 of Matt Crockett, I think.
Yes, that would be the 5 of Matt Crockett, just come off the pit road. Go back up here to the 87. Watching him trying to track down the 3 of Dakota Campers. Campers able to get a little bit bigger of a gap right there. Looks like Campers kind of turned up the heat to try and stretch out his lap lead over the 87 of Michael, trying to stay on that lead lap. See the 6 of Dustin Madsen coming around.
Yeah, he's been fighting all night. He's got up there. He's got to 1 lap down before, and he's coming back up here. He's about to race his way maybe back to 2 laps down, and really looking for a caution flag.
Absolutely.
Michael a little loose there off the corner.
Looks like Michael actually giving it the beans a little bit, trying to get back to the bumper of Camper. He's picked up 5 tenths on Camper in the past couple laps. Here comes Dustin Madsen getting one of his laps back. That's going to hold up Michael a little bit. Somehow the 87's still able to gain on Dakota Camper.
little technical difficulty there.
As we're coming to 10 laps to go tonight in the race, Justin Michael putting on another dominating performance. Seems like each week that he's dominating more than the last. Right now, the storyline is, can he get to the bumper of Dakota Camper and pass him and put the entire field one lap down?
And Jamie Dunning and Cogswell back there battling a little bit for 5th and 6th. Kelly Poynor's right there near him as well.
I'm really surprised we have not had any caution flags tonight.
I think the closest thing we've seen to that was Anderson and Grant Humphrey earlier. That was about the closest thing we've seen to a truck sideways, really.
Oh, now the 87 of Michael has caught the 3 of Dakota Camper. Question is, can Michael make anything happen with the 3 to get by him? But you know, though, the 3 of Dakota Camper, he has had one heck of a recovery from his mistake trying to get on pit road on the first cycle of green flag stops, where he missed the commitment cone and had to go all the way back around the track. Oh, as we see the 3 in the wall. Oh, almost collected the 87 right there. That's going to make the entire field one lap down now.
Wow.
The 87 has done it. He has lapped the entire field.
That damage might actually cost Camper a couple more positions there, as you see Cogswell and Dunning right there in his windshield.
We're coming up to 5 laps remaining in tonight's race. We got to go back and talk about Justin Michael here again, man. That's one heck of a dominating performance tonight. Just literally taking names and then kicking all their butts here tonight. Just taking them out behind the woodshed. Just dominating and putting on a clinic here by lapping the entire field. I don't know that we'll ever see this again here in the Southern Excitement Racing League, but this kind of dominating performance, it's just amazing to watch.
Yeah, this is definitely a historical performance right here for Justin Michael, and probably iRacing history. I mean, I don't know if you see this much, let alone in real life. You hardly ever see it. That you see it in iRacing too. Really, really great job by Justin Michael.
Absolutely, yeah. Got that truck set on cruise control, making sure he minds his P's and Q's and doesn't hit the wall or anything. Just cruising on to his 3rd straight victory of the season.
Two laps to go here, and Dakota Camper's trying to close back in to unlap himself. See a little battle here.
They come around onto the back stretch here. White flag is out. 1 lap to go here in the Southern Excitement Racing League, presented by Sim Racer Hub. Justin Michael looking to make it 3 races in a row. He's got half a lap now left. Looks like they're both going to slap the wall a little bit there, just trying to show up one another. Justin Michael out of 4. 3rd straight week. Justin Michael is your race winner, but even bigger, has lapped the entire field to get this race win, putting on an absolute clinic here. I can't believe that we just witnessed that, Justin.
Yeah, I'm almost speechless, honestly. Like, I've never seen anything like that before.
Absolutely. I mean, what do you say about it? I mean, that's this gentleman here just put on a dominating performance, unlike anything anybody's ever seen.
See him doing a nice victory burnout there. He could do a lap in reverse, you know, and give one of them laps back.
Right. That is your race winner, the 87 of Justin Michael. Let's give you a rundown of how they finished here tonight, presented by Sim Racer Hub. Your race winner in dominating fashion, the 87 of Justin Michael. In 2nd, we got Dakota Camper, and finishing out the podium is Christopher Howell. In 4th, we got Jamie Dunning, and in bringing it home 5th is Jonathan Cogswell.
Kelly Poynor in 6th, followed by William Fletcher in 7th. Tyler Humphrey, 8th, followed by Grant Humphrey in 9th. Rounding out your top 10 is Dustin Matson.
11th, we got Jake Eaton. 12th, Kevin Franks. George Jewell bringing it in 13th. 14th, Matt Crockett. 15th, Josh Anderson.
16th, Nick Kulikowski. 17th, Joey Nelson. 18th, Joe Nelson. 19th, Matt Moniak. 20th, James McCanney.
And that is your finishing order here in the Southern Excitement Racing League, presented by Sim Racer Hub at Darlington Raceway. Now, what do you say we bring in some of these guys that finished here and get their thoughts on tonight's race? Get our 3rd place finisher up in the booth. Let's get Christopher Howell in here. Hey there, Christopher Howell. You got a copy?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, man, walk us through how that race went for you tonight.
Started off slow. I knew it was a long run race. You know, you just got to play the long game here. You can't be pushing it too hard at the beginning or you wear your stuff out. So that was the plan.
Absolutely. Yeah, you had a good looking recovery there. Fell back in the beginning we seen and able to bring it back into a podium finishing position. Congrats on that.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you.
So looking forward to next week. You have any plans there for Thanksgiving?
Oh yeah, we're going to have family here, so we'll have turkey and have Thanksgiving. We'll all be thankful that family's together and thank God and Jesus for Thanksgiving.
Absolutely. And I'm gonna turn it over to Justin to ask you a couple of questions.
All right.
Yeah, what do you got to do looking forward, a little bit after Thanksgiving there to New Hampshire to, upset Justin Michael and somebody knock him off of his throne right now?
I don't know, man. That Justin, he's a tough competitor. I mean, really, he could probably win every week if some circumstances unfolded it for him. He'd probably have every win right now.
It was really, really good to see a caution-filled race, and I know a lot of you really wanted to see a caution, but you did a great job.
I wanted it to go green, man. That was, I wasn't too good on the short run speed. I mean, I have speed, but I would rather it go long.
Well, how many times did the lady in black reach out and grab the right side of your truck tonight?
Just one time. Just one time there at the end.
Well, that
Yeah, I think if she wouldn't have got me, I might have been able to run down second. I got held up by some lap traffic, so.
right. Well, how does that feel? Seeing a little bit of history being made with Justin Michael able to lap the entire field.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's like unthinkable. Like you never go into a race like, yeah, I think the field's going to get lapped tonight. So that's pretty awesome.
Well, will you have any sponsor shout outs or shout outs you want to get out of the way?
First off, I want to thank Sim Racer Hub. They do an awesome job with all our stats. I want to thank SERL. I want to thank the admins, my teammates, Throttle Up Racing, and you guys for broadcasting, Full Send Broadcasting.
Much appreciated, man. And have a good off week next week and have a good Thanksgiving. And we'll see you at New Hampshire.
Yeah, thank you, and happy Thanksgiving to you guys. Y'all have a good one.
Thank you. You too.
Two.
And that was Christopher Howell, your third place finisher tonight, rallying it back up to that third spot after having a little bit of a fallback early in the race. Let's get our runner up in here, Dakota Camper, in that 3 machine. Hey there, Dakota Camper. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man. Congrats on the runner up finish tonight. Walk us through how that race went for you.
Oh man, we were fast, had a lot of good speed, qualified well. Was running right there with Justin, couldn't keep up with him really, but probably the third fastest truck behind him and Dustin. And then there on that first pit sequence, me and Dustin both ran out of fuel like a couple dummies. But
yeah, we noticed that Dustin had run out of fuel. We didn't notice you running out of fuel, so you must have had a little bit more momentum. But speaking of pit road, walk us through that commitment cone issue you had on that first green flag stop.
yeah, I sent it in there just too hard, and I saw that it hit the cone, so I figured I should just go around. And when I come back around, Dustin was running out of fuel, and I was sputtering coming in the pit lane and had to coast all the way down pit lane. I passed him in the pit lane because he was barely moving. And yeah, just felt it was better to go around. I know I had one more lap of fuel. If I would have done that the next lap, then I probably would have been out.
Right. Well, I'm going to turn it over to Justin for a couple of questions.
You got a week off coming up here. What you think you got to do to unseat Justin Michael there from his throne and get you a win out here?
Well, if you've ever seen that movie Space Jam, I need one of those balls that sucks up talent. That's about the only thing I'm going to be able to do, I think. I've raced with him a long time, and he's just bad fast. I really just, when he's in the field, I try and race the rest of the field and just try and come home with a second like we did tonight.
Right.
Yeah, it looked like there at the end that you didn't really want to go a lap down. You know, you could be the only guy to say, hey, I finished on the lead lap there.
Yeah, I think me and Dustin would have both finished on lead lap if we didn't run out of fuel. I think Dustin would have beat me. He was faster than me. But yeah, there at the end, I was just pushing really hard. I ended up hitting the wall like 3 times in the last 10 laps, and he got around me, and then I sent it in there at the end and tried to get to the inside of him, but I was just too far back and hit the wall real hard the last time.
Well, looking forward to next week. You have any big plans for Thanksgiving?
Yeah, gonna spend some time with family and my wife's family. We're gonna be eating a lot of turkey. Actually, had some friends over tonight, and we had to come down here and start racing before they all left. But yeah, I'm a big boy, and I like my turkey, and I like my stuffing and my mashed potatoes.
There you go. Well, looking forward to the week after Thanksgiving. We're going to be going to New Hampshire. How do you feel about going to New Hampshire?
Not my favorite track. Hopefully, we'll get a top 5 or a good finish. But yeah, that's a difficult one. I'm not very good on the flat tracks. I like the banking and the ones you gotta send it in and kind of arc it off the corner like Darlington here, where you can really diamond the corners. But yeah, flat tracks are not my cup of tea.
Right. Well, you have any shout outs or sponsor plugs?
Yeah, of course, we always want to shout out to Unchained Motorcycle Ministry. They do a phenomenal job. Jeremy and Chastity Mock that run that. They do just such a great job around our region. And give a big shout out to my dad who's watching on my stream on Throttle Up on Twitch. So yeah, appreciate you guys and everybody. I just want to give a big shout out to all the drivers that can come to Nashville Super Speedway and then Darlington back to back and run caution free. So yeah, just a lot of talent in this league and a lot of respect out there when you got the leaders coming up. So just appreciate everybody and appreciate you guys.
Much appreciated, and maybe we'll get to talk to you week after next when we get done at New Hampshire. Have a good off week there for Turkey Day, and we'll talk to you in a couple of weeks.
Thanks, buddy. Y'all too. Y'all have a Merry Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
Too.
And that is your runner-up, Dakota Camper, trying his best to stay on the lead lap and not get lapped, but was not successful in that. But all in all, still having a good showing out there, able to recover from that pit road commitment cone issue that he had on that first cycle of green flag stops. Now, what do you say we bring in our race winner here tonight and talk to him for a little bit?
Change.
Hey there, Justin Michael. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, congrats for the third week in a row bringing home the checkered flag. Walk us through how that race went for you.
Yeah, we just, spent the first half, 3/4 of the race just trying to stay out of the wall and keep it clean. And, we did that. All the, any lap cars that we were coming up on were getting out of the way. So it was a really good run there. And I guess a couple of guys had some issues, and we were able to capitalize on that and do something I've never did in the sim. So was able to pass everybody.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's got to be a history-making deal in the sim to be able to lap the entire field. Just putting on yet another dominating performance. And each week it seems like you're dominating more and more. So I got to ask, I know we're off next week for Thanksgiving, but what about the week after that when we go to New Hampshire? How are you going to dominate there if you can?
Me and flat tracks usually don't get along, so if we get a top 5 or so, we'll be happy with that. I don't really run good at flat tracks unless it's Indy for some reason.
Well, all right. But yeah, you just seem to kick it up a notch every week. Just going out there and dominating and putting on another clinic. So how does it feel to be able to say that you lapped the entire field?
It feels really good, I tell you. Good group of guys here, and I don't think without some pit issues, I don't think it would have happened. Dakota and Dustin would have still been up there. Dustin probably would have won. I think he was faster than everybody out there, but we just got lucky with that, and it's really good. We got close once before at Dover, but this is real good, and I don't know, maybe we'll do it again one time.
Right. Well, I'm gonna give it over to Justin here for a couple of questions.
Yeah, you just completely dominated for your second week in a row. I mean, really, your third week in a row. You had a little adversity you had to overcome that first week, but complete dominance from you. How do you feel, looking forward in this season and, you're going to be in the playoffs?
Feel really good about it. I know it's not a win in your end, but we should be up there in points now after missing the first race, crashing out early in the second one. So I had to dig ourselves out of the hole, and I think we'll be good now and can kind of cruise a little bit until the playoffs come around.
It was really, really great by you tonight. Caution-free race as well again. Did that surprise you at all?
No, not really. We have a good group of guys here now. So, a lot of the egos, you don't have that here anymore. So that's always good. And, everybody races pretty clean. Like I said, lap cars, they're getting out of the way pretty good. And I think I had one little incident with somebody because they just slowed down at the wrong place, but they were still trying to get out of the way. So but we're thankful for that, and hopefully we can keep doing it here.
Well, looking forward to next week there for Thanksgiving. You have any big special plans for Thanksgiving?
Nah, just go see family. Typical stuff everybody else does, and eat a little turkey. I'm not a big fan of the actual Thanksgiving food. Not my type of food, but I'll eat a little bit of it and go home, grill a steak later or something.
Right. Well, looking forward to New Hampshire there. You said you didn't like flat tracks a whole lot, but what do you have to look forward to when we go to New Hampshire?
Just hopefully running clean, keeping all the incidents out, and that way we can get some bonus points and kind of get a secure league going, building it up throughout the season and going into the playoffs.
All right. Well, how many times did the lady in black reach out and get the right side of your truck this week?
3 that I know of. I think I only hit it 3 times, but I know one was pretty late. I was really at the end there when I was catching Dakota. I usually, if I have a big lead, you're just going to kind of cruise, and I was like, well, I'm close to putting second lap down, so I'm going to kick it up a notch. And I set it in turn 1 just a little bit too hard, and I hit the wall there. Hitting the wall 1 and 2 is actually a little better than 3 and 4. You don't get as much wall glue, and it doesn't slow you down as much.
Well, you have any sponsor plugs or shout outs you want to get out?
Just everybody out there watching. Hopefully it was a good race. My friend Darren out there for giving me encouraging texts throughout the whole race. I never can reply to him, but at least I can read them. But even though I wasn't running his paint, Scott from Patented Paints always paints my trucks. But this time I was doing a throwback, so I always like Bobby Labonte's car, so I grabbed it and threw my number on there. So, but we'll be running his paint next week though.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll get to talk to you here in a couple weeks when we leave New Hampshire. But other than that, have a good Thanksgiving week. Have a good week off, and we'll talk to you in a couple weeks.
Thanks, guys. You too.
No problem. And that was your race winner for 3 weeks in a row, Justin Michael, pulling it off in dominating fashion by winning by 1 full lap over second place. Let's walk you through the race results one more time before we jump off of here. Your race winner in that 87 machine, Justin Michael. In second, we have Dakota Camper. Christopher Howell bringing it home third. Fourth was Jamie Dunning, and fifth, Jonathan Cogswell.
Kelly Pointer, 6th. William Fletcher, 7th. Tyler Humphrey, 8th. Grant Humphrey, 9th. Dustin Matson, 10th.
In 11th, we got Jake Eaton, followed by Kevin Franks in 12th. 13th was George Jewell. 14th, Matt Crockett. Josh Anderson bringing it home 15th.
Nick Kulikowski, 16th. Joey Nelson, 17th. Joe Nelson, 18th. Matthew Moniak, 19th. And rounding out your field here at Darlington, James McCanney in 20th.
That is your official finishing lineup here. Southern Excitement Racing League Truck Series presented by Sim Racer Hub. For all your league points and statistical needs, go to www.simracerhub.com. And once again, next week is an off week for the Southern Excitement Racing League here. And we wish you a happy Thanksgiving. For Full Sim Broadcast Network and Justin, I'm Jacob signing off here. We'll see you in a couple weeks.